Hey guys, Blaze of Glory 117 here, back again with another Halo 3 gameplay. Today I'm bringing you a bit of Team Snipers on Sniper Pit by my boy Ethan12. Alright guys, let's see how this game unfolds. Alright, well he sees two guys coming through long haul. He's able to put one shot on him, but since he's outnumbered in this case, he'd probably want to step back, and that he does. Finds ice coming through green box, so he's able to put two shots on him and pick up the kill. Charges through green box, see if he can get a better angle on the guys from the other side. And he finds fire over there. He's able to put a beat down on him and clean up the kill with the no-scope. Alright, well he finds Ice once again, who drops his shield, so now he's just got to wait for them to recharge. And in the meantime, Ice goes over and gives him the beat down. Alright, so he spawns in his courtyard and he sees three opponents coming through long haul towards his mauler. But for some reason his entire team is rushing in instead of just one player. It's not really a smart move there, because if the other team is some really talented players, then they can just consistently team shot your teammates. I know that in general greater numbers wins battles, but in this case, since his teammates aren't the greatest and the other team is pretty strong, he and two of his other teammates should just hang back in his courtyard or his S2 so they can aid their fourth teammate who has used this bait to draw the opponents into the open. And there he just gets cleaned up by fire once again. Right, so this time he decides to take an alternate route. He decides to go through sword. He picks up a double shot on owned. Looks to make sure no one's there, and he charges through sword. Here he's met by stamina, and he gives him the shot beat down. And he moves right in and picks up the double shot on owned for the double kill. He sees two players going through long haul. He's able to get one shot on one of them, but just reverts back to the headshot on the AFK guy. Here he gets a double shot on fire for the killing spree, but Ice comes through and cleans him up. Alright, so now he's charging through green box to see if he can find anybody who's one shot. Here he picks up the no-scope on own, but then gets cleaned up by fire. Alright, so now all he'll have to do once he spawns is regroup with his teammates, and they should be able to regain map control. Here he decides to run through sword, which isn't necessarily a good decision, because even though running through sword gives you a better angle on any opponents on their S1 or S2, your opponents can just call you out and you can get double teamed in seconds. Alright, so here he's just trying to see if he can find anybody spawning. He sees one guy spawning and running towards Mauler. He's able to pick up one shot on him. And charges through into Mauler and finds the guy once again, picks up the shot beat down for the killjoy. Now his team's only down by one, so hopefully they can come back and make it a good game. And he just gets cleaned up by fire. He spawns in his courtyard, and he sees one player up at his training. Two players now, I should say. He's able to get one shot on him and clean up his own kill on fire. So he makes the decision to charge into his side of green box by himself, and he picks up a nasty 2-for-1 headshot for the double, and finishes strong with the headshot on the AFK player for the triple kill, single-handedly clearing out his side of green box for his team, as well as helping them crawl back into the lead. Alright, so he's making the decision to push S2. Hopefully he can find somebody up there. Yeah, he sees one guy on his radar, and he's able to pick up the assassination for the killing spree. Sees one guy across the way, he's able to put one shot on him and clean up the kill with the headshot. Alright, so he decides to go through green box. He cleans up the kill on fire with the no-scope, but right when he turns around he gets destroyed by just owned. Alright, so he spawns in OS. And he sees some fighting going on around him. He sees a guy at their S2. So I'm guessing what he's going to try to do is get a better angle on him. There he gets shot, so he's going to have to back down and wait for his shields to recharge. And he gets cleaned up by stamina. Alright, so he spawns flag. And he ultimately decides to push towards his mauler to see if there are any opponents running through long haul. So he can just call him out to his teammates over there at S2. Now, right there, he and his teammate didn't both need to be on their S2 at the same time. Holding your S2 is a one-person job, and if an opponent were to flank them from either power-up or their flag, then he would just pick up an easy double kill, and that would have a huge effect on the outcome of this game. So he continues on through Sword, and he sees some fighting going on at their training. Luckily, he finds one opponent that's no shields, and just...
Check it out, chasing down the first guy. Loses him amidst all the crazy corners, but he finds
Own and just goes right in and gives him the shot beatdown to take the lead. Alright, now he's looking, they're training, and he sees one player across the way. He's going to try to get some shots on him, but instead Ice fires and drops his shields. Now he's going to have to wait for him to recharge. But instead he goes after Fire, and he's able to pick up one shot on him before his teammate, unfortunately, steals his kill. Alright, he sees two opponents over there at Green Box, who unfortunately he can't get any shots on, and they just clean him up with a double team. Alright, so he spawns in his Needler, and he sees one guy through Long Haul. He picks up a nice headshot on him, moves right through, and picks up another no-scope for the double kill. Alright, so he decides to push S2, and he sees one guy coming out of Sword, but unfortunately there's nothing you can really do about it there. Ice just had a better angle on him. Alright, so he spawns his pit, and he's able to pick up a one-shot cleanup on Stamina. He decides to push through Sword for the third time in this game, and he sees one guy in the middle of the Sword area, so he tries to get a shot on him, but the other guy just picks up the shot beatdown before he can. Alright, so he spawns his Mauler alongside one of his other teammates, and hopefully they can find some opponent and double team him. Alright, so he's able to clean up the kill on Stamina with the beatdown, but he gets shot once in the back, so he's going to have to wait for his shields to recharge.
Gained the lead. 5 minutes remaining.
Alright, so the game is kind of slowed down here because the other team has a lead, and they just pretty much don't want to give up any easy kills that could potentially sabotage their victory. Alright, so he's getting shot by one guy in Sword. He's able to get one shot on him. That looked like a headshot to me, but I don't know, I guess this is Halo 3 for you, and he just gets cleaned up by Fire. Alright, so the game's at wire to wire right now, and neither team wants to give up any kills, considering that both teams only need 8 more kills to confirm their victory. After getting killed twice in a row, Ethan decides to get his game back on and go more on the offensive side. Picks up the double shot on Ice and gets shot once by Fire, which makes him have to retreat. But instead he decides to poke out and pick up the easy headshot on Fire to make the game 48-45, bringing his team back into this game. Well, he ends up deciding to pick up the Alien Sniper, and he connects for the easy cleanup kill on Ohm to bring his team back within 2 of 48 kills. After aiding his teammate with the kill on Owned, he moves in to pick up the double shot on Ice to tie up the game at 48. Overall, Ethan went 27-15 for a positive 12. Make sure you stay tuned for more Halo 3 commentaries, and for the first time, Halo Reach gameplay is starting September 14th.